One of the things that I would like to reframe under this particular encounter is that it is said in the introduction to this show that I am the father of hacktivism. That is completely wrong. The mothers and fathers of hacktivism are a multitude, and it is a multitude that indeed has names, networks, and singularities. And I would like to touch base on a couple of those. Among the first names of hacktivism, electronic civil disobedience, is Critical Art Ensemble, of which I was a member of in the mid-'80s through mid-'90s. It was with them that we developed electronic civil disobedience theory and practice, long before there was computers. We had stolen the words of Thoreau of 1848 on civil disobedience and just cut and paste electronic in front of that, and that created a whole wave of conceptual work. Following that was an encounter with Blast 5, another member who's not here, Jordan Crandall. I've never worked alone, so that is important to know. Another founding mother and father of hacktivism is The Thing.net, started by Wolfgang Stahle, conceptual artist and internet pioneer. We started in 1991 and have a total of 6 nodes throughout the world. The Zapatistas are certainly the mothers and fathers of contemporary hacktivism. And there is fakeshop.com, a group of simulation in Williamsburg, in New York, that I worked with. And then there's the Electronic Disturbance Theater, the mother and father of electronic civil disobedience and practice, of which one of the members is also here, Brett Stahlbaum, who will be presenting later. So I just wanted to clarify that I am not the father of hacktivism. It is a multitude. And this multitude, I am known as the godfather of hacktivism. So it's a very different thing. One of the pieces that I'll present is a self-portrait. I haven't seen this piece, and neither has my collaborator, Caleb Waldorf. It's basically a map of everything and every group and every artist and artivist and hacktivist and media lab and hackers and digital zapatistas that I've worked with around the world. I always collaborate, and this is a self-portrait that is a map. It's being put up even as we speak, so I don't know. Hopefully Caleb won't faint. Caleb is an artist in MFA here. And there is an ugly kind of little picture of a very beautiful large-scale reproduction that we'll see. I started work originally with Critical Art Ensemble in Tallahassee, Florida. One of my areas of investigation was what I call micro-gestures within exit culture. And I would set up mimes at the edges of entrances of mall, Disney World, Burger Kings, and I would play the soundtrack from Weekend by Godard when everybody's crashing and honking. And I would just start playing with my toys, and people would gather around, and they would start saying, well, this is a Vietnam vet, a lost individual, all sorts of things. And usually the police would arrive in a few minutes and try to arrest me, and there would usually be a dialogue between the community as to whether they should take me away or not. I would never say anything. And I always enjoyed the idea of micro-gestures, small gestures that disturb the social space and create a dialogue, a la Theater of the Oppressed of Augusto Boal. Some of the collaborative trajectories of which I have interfaced with are electronic civil disobedience, digital zapatismo, or digital zapatistas, the Italian net strikes, Anonymous Digital Coalition of Italy, certainly one of the mothers and fathers of electronic civil disobedience, Electronic Disturbance Theater, FloodNet, the virtual sit-in tool developed by net artist Brett Stahlbaum that we'll hear a bit later, and Carmen Karasik, the first automated virtual sit-in tool. This created the ability of a mass nonviolent direct action online of the unbearable weight of data bodies and real bodies saying ya basta to neoconservatism and neoliberalism as it expanded under the free trade movement of globalization. We did actions against the Mexican government of Cedillo, of Fox, against the Pentagon, against European companies that wanted to buy the rights to uranium in Chiapas. And we even had some strange informatic wars with the Pentagon. And we were later asked by the NSA to come and do a performance for them. An interesting space. Some of the elements that came out of this was artivism, digitally incorrect actions, and certainly we would fall into that. And we'd also work with hacktivists, or digitally correct action, like Cult of the Dead Cow and Chaos Computer Club in Germany. So those are just some of the kind of collaborative trajectories that you can pop into the work. One of the most important is Mayan technologies. It really annoyed the NSA that so much of the work that we had done was based on Mayan technologies. And by the end of the performance, they kept saying, you know, what the hell is Mayan technologies? They still don't know to this day. But this young woman that I'm speaking to does know. And this was at the Tate in London a couple of years ago for a series of performances called Live. This is a book that will never be published, I think, and they'll be available for you there at the gallery, called Hacktivism, Network Art Activism. There are the founding members, Carmen Karasik, Brett Stahlbaum, Stefan Ray, myself. These are some of the reviews we got. If the electronic disturbance data wasn't illegal, it was certainly immoral, U.S. Defense Department. The most striking thing about the electronic disturbance data is its potential as an unheard of writing machine. It's literally dispatches from the future. That's from Style magazine. We get the best things. Here is the copy of the book that you'll get is my editing along with Atsuko Miyawaki. It follows along Ibsen's road of closet drama like Brand and Peer Gynt. This is a closet book, if you will, never meant to be published, I think. Another piece that we will see here is partly commissioned by Insight this past year, turistafronterizo.net, that you can play online. And you'll also see an unauthorized installation that was put up at the Zapatista headquarters in Tijuana, Mexico, which I signed a paper that said I would not create any material installation for Insight, only an immaterial, but I don't like just immateriality. And the basic core idea was that the computer in the installation game box would remain there at the media lab of the Zapatista headquarters. The piece that you see when you go in, that will be shown at Colectivo Feminista down in Tijuana, and then that computer will stay with the Colectivo Feminista. The game and installation was in collaboration with Coco Fusco and artist Arvin Orkney, Tristan Schoen, and Rob Cohen. Tristan and Rob are students here. This is some photographs there. The last piece is a work that I recently did, an improvisation that we'll see briefly with Adrian Jenick. It was for SpecFlick, or Speculative Distributed Cinema. It's actually made to be presented on an iPod video, part of a new distribution mode. So the bit that you'll see here is not the best way to do it, but you'll see it when you go in. Basically, the character is an individual who has signed a contract for 5 years to be inside UCSD's new R&D towers in 2030. He's a nano janitor. He cleans artificial matter rooms and the nanosystems and material fabrication labs. And everything is streamed constantly in the state. And basically, La Jolla has been destroyed by green goo. And now the university is in Tijuana. And so this is, you'll see a little bit of this.
Hijo, mano, qué hermoso. Man, look at those. ¿Qué? Oh, ese vato. No, you know, I don't know. I think all the protocols are fine. I think I've done the Oz map and it's good. I'm telling you. No, I want you to tell them that the THX protocol is clear. See, just tell them. Just sideload them, eh? Yeah, Vato, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. You're new and I've been hard on you all night. I say, Vato, I'm sorry. It's just, you know, I remember like 2012, you know, when the whole thing went chiflado, you know, when, yeah, you know, the green goo, it just man, turned everything to pudding up into La Jolla, you know? There was nothing, green marsh, verde, nada, you know? Hijo, man, I was so fucking scared. That's why I, was hard on you tonight, because, you gotta have these protocols right, and, you gotta keep things clean, and...